আসসালামু আলাইকুম, কেমন আছেন সবাই? 40 দিনের রিডিং চ্যালেঞ্জের আজকে 15তম দিনে আপনাকে স্বাগতম। আমি তুষার আপনাদের সাথে আছি এবং আমি আমার রিডিং স্কিল বাড়ানোর জন্য এই চেষ্টাগুলো প্রতিনিয়ত করে যাচ্ছি। তো ঠিক আছে, আজকে আমাদের 15তম দিন। আপনারা জানেন যে আমরা ১ম থেকে আম আ অনেক পার্ট বাই পার্ট আর্টিকেল পড়ে আসছি। যেমন আমরা হিস্ট্রি বেস আর্টিকেল পড়েছি, আম দেন আমরা ফুড বেস আর্টিকেল পড়েছি। তো এখন আমি পড়ার চেষ্টা করছি ফিউচার বেস আর্টিকেল, যাতে আমাদের আইএলটিএস পরীক্ষায় আমাদের হেল্প করে। এই বেস যদি কোনো আর্টিকেল এসে থাকে তাহলে কিছুটা ওয়ার্ড হয়তো আমাদের আগে থেকে জানা থাকবে। তো ঠিক আছে, তাহলে আজকের আর্টিকেলে আমরা চলে যাই। ওকে, প্রথমে স্টপওয়াচ চালু করে নিই। আর যারা আজকে নতুন আমার চ্যানেলে, তাদের উদ্দেশ্যে আমি বলছি যে আমাদের এই 40 দিনের চ্যালেঞ্জ আপনি যদি নিতে চান তাহলে প্লিজ আমার ডিসক্রিপশন বক্স থেকে আপনি প্রথম দিনের যে ভিডিও এটাতে চলে যান। ওখানে গেলে আপনি ইনস্ট্রাকশন পেয়ে যাবেন যে কিভাবে আমরা পড়বো বা আমরা কি করতে চাচ্ছি। Start. Then start. Okay. Today's article is, will Brazil really save the Amazon? Will Brazil really save the Amazon? The future indicator, okay? The question indicator that the Brazil is completed their mission, or they are capable to stop or save Amazon from deforestation or something, chop down trees, everything. Okay, the Amazon rainforest faces a point of no return. This article published by Anna Lonova, 5th November 2021. The Amazon rainforest faces a point of no return. Okay, and if deforestation is not stopped, it could be lost for good. For good, it could be lost for good. But Brazil knows exactly how to stop illegal deforestation. Will it do it in time? Will it do in time? Okay, the Amazon rainforest faces a point of no return.
আমাজন রেইনফরেস্ট কোনো প্রত্যাবর্তনের বিন্দুর মুখোমুখি নয়।
And if deforestation is not stopped, it could be lost for good. যদি ডিফরেস্টেশনটি স্টপ না করা যায় তাহলে এটা হারাই যেতে পারে। But Brazil knows exactly how to stop illegal deforestation. Illegal deforestation, I mean, who are don't care about law and against law. They try to cut down trees in Amazon and try to occur the biggest disasters thing like deforestation. Okay, in Carioda Varja, Brazil, just across the river from the Amazon capital of Manaus, dense rainforest. Dense rainforest means ঘন rainforest. Dense মানে
Dense
ঘনত্ব.
rainforest.
A dense rainforest give way to vast stretches of cattle pasture. Cattle pasture means গবাদি পশু চারণভূমি. গবাদি পশু চারণভূমি. Okay, um, given away to vast stretches. Dense forest given away to vast stretches of culture pasture.
ঘন রেইনফরেস্ট গবাদি পশুর চারণভূমির বিস্তীর্ণ প্রসারিত পথ দেয়।
Plumes of smoke dot the horizon. Plumes means palok.
Plume.
Of smoke dot horizon means দিগন্ত বিন্দিত হওয়া. Horizon means দিগন্ত.
Horizon.
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 Horizon. Horizon.
Horizon.
Okay, plumes of smoke dot the horizon as flames engulfs tree and submerged deeper in the forest. As flames engulfs tree is the name of any tree maybe, and shrubs deeper in the forest. And what is this?
Shrubs.
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 Shrubs মানে ঝোপঝাড়. Shrubs.
Shrubs.
Shrubs. shrubs. Shrubs.
Shrubs.
Shrubs.
Shrubs.
Shrubs. shrubs মানে ঝোপঝাড়. Mhm. Well, flums, incled trees and shrubs deeper in the forest, ঝোপঝাড় অনেক deep এই ফরেস্টে, clans, clandestine roads crisscross the landscape, curved into the jungle by land speculators rushing to lay claim of virgin forest. What is the meaning of this sentence? I didn't understand.
গোপন রাস্তাগুলি ল্যান্ডস্কেপ অতিক্রম করে, জঙ্গলে খোদাই করে ভূমি ফটকা বাজরা কুমারী বনে দাবি করতে ছুটে আসছে।
Clean, clean, clandestine, গোপন,
clandestine,
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 clandestine.
clandestine,
I mean secret, clandestine,
clandestine,
clandestine roads crisscross the landscape, carved into the jungle, carved মানে খোদাই করা, carved into the jungle by land speculators, land speculators, ফটকবাজ, is speculators মানে কি ফটকবাজ,
speculators,
speculators কি speculators, land speculators জমি ফটকবাজগুলো, rushing to lay claim to virgin forest. Here, like in much of the Brazilian Amazon, there are few signs of the country's ambitious promise to end illegal forestation in less than a decade. Okay, Brazil government, they are prompt to the or they are prompt to the citizen that they are they are try to they are try to illegal hunting on deforestation in one decade. Stop it. Brazil took its place step place step means এটি পদক্ষেপ প্রতিশ্রুতি,
pledge a step,
place step further this week, joining more than 100 other countries in seeking talk in Glasgow. Earlier this year, Brazil also vowed to become carbon neutral by 2050, moving its timeline forward by decade. Okay, here in this passage, in this paragraph, I understand that the Brazil government, they hope to they give an hope to the world that they maybe solve this problem, illegal hunting, poaching, and deforestation in Amazon. Um, the world herd is called Amazon. Okay, oxygen herd, and besides that, they also from the another sector, I mean the carbon neutral emission sector, they will probably fix the timeline for a decade. Okay. Deforestation is by far Brazil's biggest emissions problem. Deforestation is by far Brazil's biggest emission problem. Biggest emission problem. Emission problem means নির্গমন সমস্যা. Oh, but deforestation is of the one of the burning question. I mean the major problem in for Brazil, the destruction of the Amazon, one of the world's most important carbon sinks, one of the world's most important carbon sinks, important carbon sinks, গুরুত্বপূর্ণ কার্বন সিঙ্ক মানে তারা তারা চুষে নেয়, কার্বন চুষে নেয়. Okay, one of the world's most important carbon sinks, around nearly half of Brazil annual share of emission. Without bringing deforestation under control, the country will struggle to reach carbon neutrality. Without bringing deforestation under control, the country will struggle to reach neutrality. Carbon neutrality. Understood? I saw carried forest and rosy clouds everywhere. I looked and in inescapable reminder. Inescapable reminder means অনিবার্য অনুসারক. Inescapable, অনিবার্য. Unavoidable মানে অনিবার্য, unavoidable, inevitable, These are the synonym of inescapable. Inescapable. I write down this word because I probably use this word in my writing test too. I N INES CAPABLE is capable. Is capable mean অপরিহার্য. অপরিহার্য. Unavoidable. UNA uninvitable. Unavoidable. Invitable. In and a invitable. Unavoidable. Invitable. ENE invite. BITABLE invitable. Okay. Reminder that we are inching closer. We are inching closer to a point of point no return. We are inching closer. We are inching closer means কাছাকাছি করছি আমরা আরো কাছাকাছি করছি ওকে we are inching closer to a point of no return so the situation is probably under control and we are the last we are the deadline and last line I mean the borderline yet Brazil forests also give it an advantage in the global scramble towards global scramble means global scrambles
Global scramble.
scramble toward net zero compared to other countries. Grappling means আঁকড়ে ধরা.
Grappling.
Grappling আঁকড়ে ধরা compared to other countries. Grappling with soaring energy emission. Soaring energy emission. ক্রমবর্ধমান শক্তি নির্গমন. Soaring energy emission. SOARING soaring energy energy emission. The task at hand in Brazil is far simpler and less costly, says Morica, executive director. This is not important. The interaction, I mean, who are he? But it requires focused action in the Amazon, two-thirds of which lies in Brazil. For many countries, making the transition to other sources of fuel, না fuel, এই ওয়ার্ডটা ঠিক করতে পারলাম না.
Fuel.
Fuel. For many countries, making the transition to other sources of fuel or electricity requires technology and investments. In the case of Brazil, we don't need any big technology to stop clearing forest, he says, but Brazil is working with wide strides in the opposite direction. But Brazil is working with wide strides. প্রশস্ত পদক্ষেপ.
Wide strides.
Wide strides. But Brazil is working with wide strides in the opposite direction. Deforestation has skyrocketed in the country, hitting its highest level in a decade. Hitting its highest level in a decade. এক দশকের মধ্যে সর্বোচ্চ পাওয়া গেছে. Okay, deforestation has skyrocketed in the country. Skyrocketed in the country. অনেক দ্রুত আগাচ্ছে. Hitting its highest level in a decade as COVID-19 brought economies to halt last year. Most of the world temporarily reduced emission, but Brazil carbon footprint grew. Carbon footprint is the another word. Carbon footprint grew by 9.6. Deforestation and fire surged. আগুন বেড়েছে.
Fires surged.
Parts of the Amazon now emission mean emit মানে কমানো নির্গত emit carbon that they capture due to the extensive deforestation. Extensive deforestation is a collocation, nice collocation. Extensive deforestation, ব্যাপক বনউজাড়, and warming temperature in the region. The world's biggest rainforest is nearing the tipping point. Is nearing a tipping point, and it at which it will turn into a
Savannah.
savanna. On a recent trip to the region, I saw charred forests and raised plants everywhere. I looked in inaccessible in
Inescapable.
inescapable 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 reminder that we are inching closer to the point of no return. I saw charred forest and raised plots everywhere. Raised plots means ধ্বংস করা plot.
Raised plots.
Raised plots everywhere I looked. An inescapable reminder that we are inching closer to a point of no return. No return. No return. Okay, probably we all are understanding this paragraph how the what the writer says, try to says. But the deforestation of CO2. What's the problem? But the destruction of the Amazon has stirred little concern.
Stirred little.
Stirred little.
Stirred little.
Stirred little.
Stirred little.
STIRRED. Stirred little.
Stirred little.
Stirred little concern in President Jair Bolsonaro. President নাম কি?
Jair Bolsonaro.
Bolsonaro. Until recently, the far-right populist leader has framed global calls to deforestation as an attack on Brazilian sovereignty, arguing wealthy countries should pay up if they want Brazil to stop destroying the rainforest. He has fired top officials at Brazil's environment agencies and slashed their enforced budget. He has tried to weaken environmental protection, with his critics accusing him of emboldening illegal loggers. Illegal loggers means অবৈধ logger and cattle rancher to enrich deeper into the forest. Against this backdrop, এই প্রেক্ষাপটে against this backdrop, experts such as Fabinia Alvaz, coordinator of climate see the deforestation and climate plays now being made by Bolsonaro government as little more than lip service. Lip service means আন্তরিকতাবিহীন সেবা. Being made by Bolsonaro's government as little more than lip service, these promises are meaningless while Brazil's environmental policies are being dismantled. Dismantled. These promises are meaningless while Brazil's environment policies are being dismantled, says Alive, It is not enough to eliminate illegal deforestation by simply legalizing it. Simply legalizing it, okay? Here are trying to say that this is not probably the we can one way. It is not able decision to a perfect decision to which can make the stop deforestation. Still, halting deforestation is not impossible task.
Halting deforestation. Halting deforestation.
Okay, this is the nice word. I write down this word. Halting, HAL. Is not impossible task. বন উজাড় বন্ধ করা বন Halting deforestation is not an impossible task, especially because Brazil has come close before. Through a carrot and stick approach, the country was able to reduce deforestation by 80 in less than one decade. A decade between 2004 and 2012, forest destruction plunged dramatically.
Plunged dramatically.
Plunged dramatically. Plunged dramatically. PLNGUD. Plunged dramatically. Plunged dramatically as authorized targeted environment policing while offering communities incentives for finding a way to earn an income without deforesting. We know it's possible and we know what the path is, says Macro Astrini, Executive Secretary of Brazil Climate Observatory, a coalition of environmental groups. Brazil is fully capable of eliminating deforestation. He says that Brazil is fully capable of eliminating deforestation. This is a nice collocation. Eliminating, eliminating, eliminating deforestation. But whatever we achieve this goal, we will depend on political will.
তবে আমরা এই লক্ষ্য অর্জন করতে পারি কিনা তা নির্ভর করে রাজনৈতিক সদিচ্ছার ওপর।
Okay, but whether we achieve goal will depend on political will. Neither Brazil Ministry of Environment nor the president office responded to a request for comment on this story. If Brazil is to reach the climate goal it has outlined, it must crack down. Crack down means fatal, okay? And it must crack down on environmental crime. Under Bolsonaro, the number of fines handed out by the country's main enforcement agency has fallen to its lowest in more than 2 decades. The backlog on unpaid fines has also piled up. Piled up means the government has also tried to stop agents from destroying tractors and machinery sites during operations against deforestation and illegal mining and fearing senior officials over the practice. Brazil has one of the most uh, robust seats, robust, key,
Robust sets.
robust sets of environmental legislation in the world. What we are lacking in enforcement, the shift course and truly tackle deforestation. Brazil must start channeling resources into the federal enforcement agencies again, putting more agents on the ground and punishing illegal incursions into the forest, says Andrea Bonzo Arizona. Mhm. Forest and agriculture. The aim should be to send a clear message that illegal deforestation won't be tolerated. Okay, here probably one suggestion that it is possible to eliminate the deforestation by giving a clear message. What is the message? The aim should be to set a clear message that illegal deforestation won't be tolerated. The illegal deforestation won't be tolerated. Whatever is it? Brazil has one of the most robust sets of environment legislation in the world. What we are lacking in enforcement. Our biggest challenge today is ensuring compliance with the law. সম্মতি
Compliance.
compliance with the law. An essay place to start is by reforming the country's system of land titling, as if though as currently invaders can declare a slice of forest as theirs, a slice of forest. Bonnet took a slice of forest as deer receiving a land title automatically. Automatically. In theory, these professional claims should be checked by officials, but this step is often skipped. Land grabbers means land grabbers.
Land grabbers.
Land grabbers claim some 18.6 million hectares of forest in the Amazon this year, often using such land title to secure financing for the heavy machinery needed to clear the land. What happens is that people occupy a public forest illegally and even declare it as theirs. When nothing happened to them, as if to say, this claim need to be validated to stop invasions. Invasions means আক্রমণ.
Invasion.
Invasions. Legislature have sent the wrong signal in the past by granting land title in invaders holding these illegal illegitimate land claims. What is this? Illegitimate, অবৈধ,
Illegitimate.
illegitimate land claims. Barbaric notes Congress needs to send a clear message that this won't happen anymore. He says if they know their land claim won't be legalized in the future, there's no point in investing to deforest it. One of the paths to carbon neutrality, another key piece of the puzzle lies in reducing the forest destruction caused by the country's massive cattle industry. Brazil is one of the world's largest exporters of beef, with a herd of more than 200 million head of culture on average. Only about one cow grazes on every hectare of pasture, which translated to about a third of the productivity. Sin is highly efficient. European producers like the Netherlands research say that with better practices, Brazilian cattle ranchers could achieve similar results. Clearly, deforestation is no longer necessary for the growth and success of Brazilian agriculture, says okay. Brazilian agriculture has enormous potential to increase its productivity, to reduce emission, and to trap carbon in the soil. To trap carbon in the soil. Enormous potential. People Shambhavana. Often, degraded pasture,
Degraded pastures.
degraded pastures are also abandoned after a few years, with new stretches of the forest clear, but cattle ranchers could improve returns and eliminate forest extraction by making use of this land. Researchers estimated the rehabilitation of 12 million hectares of degraded pasture across the Amazon corrals 17.7 million cattle per year, while also reducing the need for new agricultural land. You can have the technology, but without political will it applied, it doesn't get off the ground. Macro as as rainy. The deforested area that we already have are enough for us to more than double the production of food on Brazil without the need of further deforestation. The deforestation area that we already have are enough for us to more than double the production of food in Brazil without the need of further deforestation. Researchers, researchers at the state-owned Brazilian Agriculture Research Corporation have also developed a certified brand of carbon natural beef, with the hope will tackle emission from cattle ranching. Cattle ranching means গবাদি পশু পালনের okay, cattle ranching. The certification scheme relies on changing the animal feed and altering the way the soil is treated, with the aim of reducing methane and carbon emission. Brazil recently unveiled a revamped version of its low-carbon agriculture program, a career scheme that hands out low-interest loans of small farmers who want to implement sustainable practices. First launched in 2010, the ABC plan promotes practices like no-till agriculture, res- restoration of degraded pasture, and the planting of commercial forest. Okay, I understood this passage, so that's why I didn't explain, but implementation of this scheme has what is this,
কিন্তু এসব প্রকল্প বাস্তবায়নে পিছিয়ে গেছে।
limiting their impact. Astrini estimates the ABC plan has only been rolled out across 1% of agricultural production so far. Similarly, innovations like productivity gains or carbon neutral beef that could help the cattle industry reduce its carbon footprint have failed to gain traction without push from the government, he notes. What we need to ensure that these tools are being used throughout the agriculture sector, throughout the agriculture sector. As Tini says, you can have technology, but without political will to apply it, it doesn't get off the ground. In many corners of Amazon, the idea of preserving the rainforest is hard sell, and it's easy to see why. For rural communities, deforestation is often path to opportunity. Many survive from illegal logging, or illegal logging means or cattle ranching, with hope that ranching more land will help pave the way to prosperity. With no alternative income, few are willing to stop destroying the forest. But in pocket of Amazon, there are signs of more sustainable economic emerging, emerging with the woman. Along the river, communities that used to log illegally are now collecting and refining essential oils extracted from the forest. The foundation of Amazon sustainability, FAS, and Ideasm, a pair of Brazil non-profit, also help residents open and eco-lodge that is helping them earn and income from tourism without cleaning the forest. In the state of Para, small-scale farmers are also helping restore the forest by planting coca trees. The natural conservancy, the non-profit leading initiative estimates about 5 point about hectares, 55,000, 5,500, 7,000, um, 500 hectares of degraded forest. Degraded forest can be reforested through coca, while providing an alternative income source for small-scale agriculture producers who are responsible for just over one-third of deforestation in the state. In motor gross ratio state, small-scale agriculture producers are also harvesting Brazil nuts on land that was once used to make way for cattle with the help of the Life Center Institute. Right now, the path of least resistance is deforestation and lawlessness. Asia's Tony, once you open up new economic possibilities, new industries, and new income streams, people is try to think this is much more promising than deforesting more land. So far, such pilot projects have generated promising results, signaling it's feasible to halt deforestation and create sustainable economics in the Amazon. But most of expensive and only possible with the help of NGOs. As a result, they often have limited reach, raising doubt about whether they can put a meaningful dent in Brazil's deforestation rates. Vivodik says this is where the state must step in. Civil society doesn't have the responsibility to single-handedly solve the country's problem. He says the aim is to these innovations and demonstrate the viability of this model, but this lesson need to be transformed into public policies to gain scale. Failure to take action could come at the hefty cost of Brazil. Science Alliance, the international community, is telling that reporters, Brazilian soy and beef, that deforestation has short countries such as Norway and Germany has also frozen environment aid to Brazil. Some multinational have sword means supure. Yes, have sword Brazil too. As the two face mounting pressure means mounting pressure from consumers. European firms, including UK retailers such as Tesco and M&S, have threatened to boycott Brazilian agricultural products over deforestation. The world is trying to move towards an economy where we want to know where the poverty buy comes from, says Alives, and Brazil is not prepared to provide a response. Brazil would also be shut out of the new genre global economy that is emerging as international investors eager to pour cash into sustainable carbon neutral ventures. I, to the contrary, with caution, says there is great interest from companies wanting to invest in Brazil, but they don't have adequate legal security because of the land grabbing, the invasion, and lack of enforcement. And international pressure grows. Bolsonaro has softened his tone and is reinstating climate goals he abounded a few years ago, setting even more ambitious target. He is trying to show the world that he is doing something for the climate because he has been put on the spot. Yeah, she says Alps, but it is not backed up by action. Meanwhile, Brazil is beginning to feel the climate impact of deforestation, which may be ushering in fresh emission challenge. This year, Brazil grappled with its worst drop in more than 90 years. The water reservoirs that fuel the country's hydropower plants dried up, squeezing energy supplies and boosting the appeal of dirtier source of energy. In a worrying move, also responded with plans to invest in so-called sustainable coal mining over the next decade by modernizing coal plants and making them more efficient, along with plans to ramp up oil and gas production. Ramp up means this has cast further doubt over Brazil's commitment to protecting the environment and slashing its carbon emission. All eyes are on forestation right now, says, but soon we will need to face this challenge too. Okay, that's all about the today's article, and I understand that's why I wouldn't like to explain the every paragraph. Please forgive me that reason, and I know that I had a lot of mistakes while reading this paragraph. It's also forgive me. তো এই হচ্ছে আজকের আর্টিকেল আজকে আমরা সেকেন্ড টাইম পড়ছি না একটা বিশেষ কারণে। আপনারা অবশ্যই পড়বেন এবং নেক্সট ১৬তম দিনে দেখা হবে। ফিউচার অ্যাম্বিশাস বা ফিউচার আওয়ার ক্লাইমেট, ফিউচার আওয়ার নেশন, এইগুলো নিয়ে, যেহেতু এগুলো নিয়ে পড়ছি, ফিউচার অ্যাম্বিশাস নিয়ে পড়ছি, তো এই ক্ষেত্রে এই টাইপের কোনো একটা আর্টিকেল হয়তো পড়া হবে। ভালো থাকবেন, সাথেই থাকবেন। ধন্যবাদ।